Hi, everyone. I'm Julie. I'm the head of a one-person data team, and I focus on solutions for startups that are designed to get you up and running ASAP.
And I'm Joe Bloom. I'm a data architect, and my background is in the enterprise space. I focus on solutions that scale.
And I'm Jeff, a data product manager. I like to think about the art of the possible, especially in organizations at scale. And welcome to JJJson, a series where we noodle all things data. Today, we're going to talk about something that hits me right here in the heart, what we are calling the dashboard graveyard, where there are reams of dashboards that go unused by the business, but they're kept around for years, decades, maybe millennia. We don't know.
Do you fix them when they're broke? 'Cause that's
Not
the real
always.
pain, right?
Not
You're like, oh
always.
man.
Sometimes you wait to see if anyone even uses them if they're broken. Sometimes you just break them to see if they're being used.
So what this brings to mind for me is, do you have a product lifecycle around a dashboard? Early in my career, we would build dashboards, and there was no sense that we didn't version. We fixed them if they were broken, but it wasn't like this is a thing with a specific purpose that aligns to specific objectives within the organizational strategy. And to me, that's the way that you ought to do it, is to have that alignment. And that helps make it clear when something is no longer relevant for what you're doing as an organization. And then you can deprecate it.
I like you mentioning product life cycles, Joe. And I like to think of it in a couple of ways. There's a couple failure modes for a dashboard. One is it was too much. We just needed a one-off piece of data to inform a decision. Another is the desired outcome is not best suited to a dashboard experience. This is something that I think we see all the time, especially if you've ever built like a customer health dashboard and you're really proud of it. And initially your customer success reps are super elated and they jump into the dashboard in the first week, and 6 months later, no one is looking at it anymore. Is it that the data is not useful and that somebody is bad at their job? Or is there a learning about how folks would actually prefer to interact with that data and whether that should be brought back into the product development cycle around delivering that data in the right experience?
Yeah, I think the world's a little different when you work in a startup with dashboards, is that you do move very fast. The data can be super useful for 5 minutes and then it's not. You live in this sort of cyclical, updating, changing. That's no longer a number we measure. And as much as I'd love to say I've done product cycles with dashboards, your first little bit at a new job, you want to prove value. And the quickest way, at least in my experience of proving some form of value, is getting a dashboard out, right? That's a product that you've delivered before you're fixing all the other stuff on the back end that no one sees. A quick dashboard is a way to deliver. And I think a lot of us, myself included, have fallen into that trap of, let me get something that shows that I am working. And let me uncover some data because I know all of this. How do you not know all of this? I'll just build you a dashboard so you can answer your own question. Where I've gotten to now is that I've learned there's probably about 20% of the data points that they're asking for are what they actually need. And you can put them in the tools where they're at, so they don't need to learn the data and the BI tool, which are not always intuitive for non-technical or non-analytical users, and put that in the tool where they're at. I found great success in not having to be part of so many questions, because I've given them these 5 data points that answer the majority of their questions. And then we work on the real tough stuff in dashboards that need to be built out with more thought and longevity.
Nothing hurts more than somebody saying, hey, I'd love to know our customer's contract value. And you to answer, it's in the dashboard that's existed for months.
It's not
So
on the
Julie,
critical path.
so you're saying stop saying go get it, it's in the dashboard, and you're saying data team just put it where the person's looking in the first place?
It honestly does feel like I'm cheating a bit when I do that, because the amount of dashboard requests when I first started using, like 4.5 years ago at Clearbit, when I first started using Census, and I put all the data and I stopped getting questions about attribution. I was like, do I need to be here anymore? Am I done? And then you start to learn other ways that you can help the business, and you're no longer just building these dashboards. You're actually in the conversations building real-time campaigns or workflows or things that are helping them in different ways than I was used to.